Hi, I'm doing this video to actually share my journey for the last 4 years dealing with trauma. It started with just going for a normal dental procedure to have a crown inserted, and once the crown was inserted, 2 months later, I had this agonizing pain on the left side of my face. It traveled from where my tooth basically ended to right to my eye, which resulted in the one eye becoming quite small, my left hand side. And my dentists, doctors, surgeons, nobody could find out. Even the original surgeon who did the procedure could not find out what was wrong, which resulted in 22 months of absolute hell. And then I went to Cape Town to get a second opinion from another surgeon, dental surgeon, and he has said that the procedure that was originally done, something went wrong, and I needed to go back to my town and get them to sort that out. The original dentist wanted to cut nerves in my face, and I didn't want that to happen. And then I went to another dental surgeon who wouldn't do anything because the original dental surgeon gives him a lot of work, and ethically he couldn't do it. So which resulted in another year delay, and my dentist, who was not qualified enough to do the procedure, tried to do the best he could to make my life comfortable. And on the 5th of February 2004, he decided to take it upon himself to do the procedure. And the procedure was where my tooth was not removed and a crown inserted, but it was chipped and broken, and this crown was inserted into the old tooth. But in the procedure, in once the crown was put on, the tooth split in half, and the one started hurting me on my nerve, which a doctor diagnosed as trigeminal neuralgia. And then I ended up having medication for that, which resulted in me losing my hair, and it had its other side effects. Anyway, fast forward to May 2024, I started getting terrible pains in this left side of my face, and went to my dentist, could not find anything, and because of that stress, I basically could not talk. My jaw locked, my left jaw locked, and then I couldn't eat. I was drinking through a straw, only smoothies, and that was having smoothies for 3 meals a day or 2 meals a day was actually horrible. Anyway, the dental surgeon suggested I see a psychiatrist, which I was totally dead against. But anyway, cut a long story short, I was recommended to see a pain management doctor, and he, yes, injected around my mouth 5 injections on the Friday, and he recommended some painkillers to help me and anti-inflammatories. And within the following Tuesday, I started talking and eating a little bit. What had happened is that trauma had set in quite badly. And the thing about trauma is that when it starts affecting you, it doesn't even affect the area, but your entire cells. Your body starts remembering that pain, and anytime there was whatever pain you had, the body interpreted it as the original pain, and it manifested wherever my jaw, because that's where the trauma was. So it stayed on there. And yes, it took me a month to recover. I had gone on some antidepressants for a month to get my entire system back. But there are some pointers I'd like to give you if you are suffering from any form of trauma. There's emotional trauma, medical trauma. There's so many kinds of trauma. The one thing is I had to do was to get away from during the trauma period, the things that I was doing. Like I had to, if I was turning from my drive, or if I turned left, then I needed to just turn right to change my brain pathways. so that I could create new pathways in my brain. I had to basically, I was a vegetarian for many, many years, and during trauma, the trauma and stress, I started having some fish and eggs. And I realized that when I did have the animal protein, the trauma was there. It started manifesting. So the doctor suggested I stop all forms of animal protein. Coffee was something which I started drinking to just help me, to give me some energy, to give me some boost. I had to stop drinking coffee, and that helped because after that I sneaked in a few cups, and no, I could feel it coming back. Could feel the tension, the strain, the hypertension starts, and I stopped that. And this was that all transpired between August and September last year, and now it's April. It's almost 7 months, and I haven't had any traumatic attack. I've become very conscious, very aware of my lifestyle. I eat healthy. You know, trauma robs you of your life, robs you of your lifestyle. And not only you suffer, but your family, your friends, they all watch you helplessly because they can't do much. So, if you are going through any form of trauma, my suggestion is see somebody sooner than later. Get whatever medical help you can. But with all the medical help, don't rely only on that. You would have to have the willpower to actually change things in your life. Anyway, I hope this video of mine does help you in some way or the other. And thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye.